Hey everyone, it's Coach Matt over here at Primal Athlete Training Center, www.primalatc.com. Well, past couple of videos we've been outside, it's worked out great, the weather has been beautiful. Unfortunately today we're being threatened with a severe thunderstorm and lightning warning, and as you guys know, the last thing you want to do during a severe thunderstorm and lightning warning is be outside with an 8-foot long metal spear. So we're not outside today, but we are inside. We're here at Primal. Got here a little bit before my athletes show up to shoot this video for you. Now, this goes to prove a really great point as a side note. A lot of track coaches, especially a lot of throws coaches, when the weather gets bad, they cancel practice and they don't feel like there's anything that they can really do inside to work on technique or to work on throwing better with their athletes. Well guys, I'm here to tell you that that's not true. If you notice, all of our other videos were done here inside. It's only right now until the Javelin where I've been outside and working on this to show you guys the full throws. You're actually releasing the actual size Javelin. Well, today what you're going to see is you can practice on footwork and technique and form without the Javelin in your hand, and you can do it when there's really bad weather like we're having today. You can do it as well, and it'll work out great for you. Okay, so what I'm going to work on today is the next step. The last couple of videos had to deal with taking the Javelin, planting with that foot, and getting used to applying power, planting that foot, nice straight leg, turning the back foot at the same time, pulling the arm through, following through with that Javelin, applying more pressure using the lower body. Okay, what we always equate it to is like if you ever seen the crash test dummies through car commercials or whatnot. Crash test dummy in a car runs into the wall, and what happens? The dummy keeps going. So in this case, the dummy is that Javelin. When you have that Javelin, the car hitting the wall, that's this left foot, that's that block. So you've got the block with that left foot, everything stops. As you come around, you turn those feet, pull that elbow in, that's the second part of the block. That's the rest of the car hitting the wall, and what's left to follow through is that Javelin. Well, now that we can do that just by picking up the foot and taking a step, now we have to actually apply that full approach run into it. So what I'm going to do is, rather than just show you the full approach run and have you guys break it up in your head step by step by step, I'm going to break it up step by step for you. So what we're going to cover today are the last couple of steps of your throw. So picture that you've already done the full approach. You're on your last crossover right before you plant and right before you let that Javelin fly. That's what we're going to be working on today. Okay, so what we want to do, we want to start by explaining a little bit things that you should be doing and the way that acceleration works when it comes to throwing events. If you think to your full approach with that Javelin, you start slow and you accelerate. Every step you take, you speed up a little bit until at the very end, you're at your maximum speed. Okay? You don't want to hit your maximum speed too early, because then the only thing that can happen is you slow down, and you don't want to just hit a medium speed because you want to get to that top level. You want to get to that maximum speed, that top gear, right before you throw that Javelin. So that comes with practice, and that comes with timing. That's something I can't help you with on these videos. That's what you have to go out to the Javelin runway and practice. What I am going to talk to you about today is how to get more acceleration. Now, if you check out any of the top throwers in the world, if you check out any videos on YouTube of really great throwers, you can search and find all the Olympics and everything else like that with Javelin. What I'm going to talk to you about today is getting airborne before you plant. Okay? Getting airborne before you plant. And this starts really on that second to last step. So, as a right-handed thrower, the way that we want to work on this, the way that we want to do this is, you want to step back. You're going to have the Javelin up in your hand. Okay, remember the Javelin's nice and high and somewhat level. You don't want the tip all the way in the air. Hands up nice and tall, Javelin's level right across your brow, left hand is up. To work on getting airborne, we want to start just by shifting our weight a little bit. Okay? So we've already done a few crossovers up to this point, a few crossovers. Now we're on that last crossover before we plant and throw. We want to get off the ground. We want to get airborne. So instead of just doing one more crossover and throwing, what you want to actually do is get airborne. Now, when we talk about airborne, take my cell phone out of my pocket, we're talking about getting both feet off the ground. Similar to when you drive in the discus, both feet are off the ground. The rotational shot, both feet are off the ground. Glide shot put, both feet are off the ground. And the same holds true with this. Both feet need to come off the ground. So instead of stepping and throwing, we want to get off the ground. Shift the weight, explode, bang, and throw. Shift the weight, explode, and go. Shift the weight, explode, and go. Now, why do we do this? Why do we get airborne? Okay? I guess the best way to explain it is, if you're running, if you're at top speed, the only way that you can possibly go faster is to reduce the amount of friction on your feet, reduce the pounding on the ground, and glide through the air. That's really the only way that you're going to get that last little bit of acceleration on that throw. So instead of just driving through and throwing, we want to work on airborne and throwing. So you're off the ground, everything's flying through, keeping the javelin accelerating by getting your body moving faster. Now, things to watch out for. Most common problem is, as you're going through, javelin's up. The most common problem is as you go to jump in the air, the javelin tends to drop. We don't ever want to let that javelin drop, okay? The hand needs to stay high. That way the javelin stays on the same plane. The javelin's always moving forward and it's always up. You never want to put that dip to it because you're going to affect the amount of force that you can apply. The other thing, sometimes people will lose the tip. When we say lose the tip, we covered this before, you're going to drive and the tip will come straight up in the air. You're still going to apply force this way, but the tip's going to be pointing up, and that's not good. So guys, there's two things to watch out for. This is your next step. After you go through all your release drills, after you go through working on turning the back foot, releasing that javelin, after you go through planting, turning and releasing, the next step is going to be this movement. Driving off the left foot, cross, bang, big throw. Again, are we going 100% out trying to hit a PR with just two little steps? Absolutely not. We're working at about 40%, 30% energy, going nice and easy. We're still concentrating on keeping the hand up. We're concentrating on keeping the javelin tip down. Javelin's nice and level. We're focusing on applying force and throwing right through the point. Guys, hopefully this helps you out a little bit. I know we've been getting a lot of questions on javelin, so keep them coming. All right? If you have any questions, the best place to leave them is right on our Facebook page. If you go to Facebook and search Primal Athlete Training Center, it'll pop right up. It'll have the same logo that you see here on the videos and on the web page. Ask those questions, leave them right on the wall. Other people will help answer, and I'll do a video for you on it at a later time. You can also go to primalatc.com to see all the write-ups on these videos, as well as the videos categorized by event and by date. We hope to see you guys there soon. Keep asking those questions, and I'll keep answering them for you. Thanks.